inside the organization. And so I use Slack after my work hours, but it's actually 2 minutes per hour. It's way lower than what I did the last time. I was actually working until 7 p.m., 8 p.m. almost every day because I was so pressured myself of hitting the goal, hitting my quota target, and I was trying to live just because of that. And then I'm trying to switch, live. Okay, I'm until thinking like that. I need to hit my target, my quota, but also think about my life and also produce content for myself.
You're doing
The niche I'm trying to build content is engineers. I build content for engineers, and also I'm trying to build some networking with engineers because my job is to sell for engineers. So if I build these events and networking space with engineers, I can increase their revenue I deliver in my job.
Did I share the contact information of one of our students who is an engineer who lives in São Paulo but is actually from Recife? I think I did, right?
No, what's his name?
Yeah, José Collier or Collier. I think it's French.
I didn't know he was from Recife, but yeah, you gave me.
Yeah, he could work with this.
Oh, we'll talk with him. Nice, man.
Right, with this.
When I talked with him was in June, and he said, "Whoa, sorry for the delay on the return of the message. Daniel always want to connect ourselves with other students. We can try to talk with another sometimes." Then I talked with him, and he just read and didn't reply.
Yeah, he's not making it easy. But now his life is better because he was working like crazy hours too. He's working for Sabesp. People got fired.
I know.
He didn't. Yes.
I
So,
do talk with some Sabesp people before because I was working on vibration sensor that could tell that machine wasn't working at all. And Sabesp work with a lot of bombs, these bombs,
you say
pipe
bombs,
pumps,
probably a pump, right? Pump.
pipe pumps. Yeah, probably. Yeah, pipe
Maybe.
pumps.
Yeah.
And because of that, they want to monitor the pipe pumps. Yeah.
Pump.
José Collier. I would try to see him on LinkedIn right now.
Yeah, he's nice. So people got fired, but he didn't.
Says,
Like,
and he's from engineer. Oh, he works with innovation, and he studied on the same university I had.
so see, you guys have lots in common. So can be.
Yeah, and when he finished his degree, I was studying my degree.
You guys almost overlapped.
Yeah.
So I want to do an exercise with you. Just one thing. I think that this story of you losing pounds is good for LinkedIn if you want to post it there too. It's very much like what people on LinkedIn need to hear because people are just going crazy with work many times and they need to sharpen the axe, right? Sharpen the axe.
Yeah.
Because then you can be way more productive.
Yeah, I would try to build some posts on LinkedIn. And man, it's so difficult. How you do that? Because you said before you pay someone to actually post, but
Oh, now I'm not, but yes, I do.
yeah, okay.
It's just because I stopped having enough content for that, but I will.
That's actually the problem in how you make so many contents that
Yes.
you need to upload it almost every almost every day. Yeah, almost every day. Man,
So
it's difficult.
my schedule was like 3 times a week, so I had to have enough content for that. Then you just have to stop like one day and record a bunch of videos.
Yeah,
Then you give them to the editor. The editor comes back with them. It's a lot of work because then you have to talk about each one of the videos, little adjustments. And then once they're done, you put them on a spreadsheet and you start posting them. I can show you what that is.
nice, man.
Yeah, I
Because you
want.
are organized on spreadsheet, so you can post every day. Also, you organize the text, the scope of
The script.
the script. Yeah, the script. Yeah, the right term.
I usually go with the flow, but I don't recommend. This gives a lot of work. If you go with the flow, usually it's going to take more editing. So this is the script,
Script.
Yeah.
right? But it's best to have a script. I don't, and then I go with the flow. I just have like a topic and I'm like, this is how this works. And then because I don't have a script, I usually have to record more than once. And then when I give it to the editor, usually the editor suffers to edit because I make mistakes along the video or because things don't sound very good and then we have to fix. Sometimes I say stuff that I don't want to be there. So it's better to have a script.
Yeah.
So you can have, the AIs help you with the script. I'm probably going to do that from now on. So here,
Yeah, I actually I'm use the AI, but just with the idea, then I put on my words, so people
okay.
can't see that actually I'm using AI. Actually, everyone knows, but it's on your kind of way that you write.
Yes, exactly. I agree. Here. So they would use this and then they would have dates there. They would post. So if I open this, there is more. Like there are a bunch of videos here. That's it. So dude, yes, if you need help, count on me. I'll help you make this happen. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I want to do an exercise with you. Like I told you, I'm also studying psychoanalysis and a little bit of psychology, like cognitive behavioral therapy. So I'm
Nice.
learning some techniques
Nice.
that are good for us as human beings to have and to do.
Yeah, I need to
So
study also because of sales, and Jordan B. Peterson is a good guy that he knows a lot of behavior of people.
right, he is very good. I
People
like
behavior, yeah.
people behavior. Yes. So let me create one here for you, and then we can talk about it. Um, all right, so this is it. Let me show you. All right, bro. So my question, I will be talking about these different categories of things you do in your life, and I want to hear from you. What's the percentage of time that you invest in each one of them? How much time you spend on each one? And then we're gonna have like occupation, so your job and also studies that you do for your job, the posts you do on LinkedIn, all that is your occupation. Relationship, not just all the relationships, but the ones that truly matter. So like with your girl or maybe your loved ones, like your family, whoever you really care and you think is a meaningful relationship, how much time you spend there. Then self-care, your body and your mind, how much time you spend taking care of your body and your mind. Leisure, things that you do that give you pleasure, like just, walking, going for a walk, or going to the beach, or going out with your friends. And then if those friends really matter, that would also fit into relationship, or maybe going out with your girl, and then that really matters to you, so that goes into relationship and leisure. So however percentage is that, let's say it's 10%, the time that you're out going out, so that's leisure time, but also with your girlfriend, then you split 5 and 5. Okay, you can do that. Patrimony, how much time you spend taking care of the things that you own. So, like, how much time you spend taking care of your money, looking at your spreadsheets, how much money you're making, how much money you're spending, or taking care of your car if you've got a car, or your house, stuff like that. Spirituality, how much time you spend taking care or in relationship with what you consider spiritual. Okay? So that's it. So let's tackle it. Please tell me about occupation. Feel free to open up about it as you're telling me how it works for you.
Okay, man. I work about 10 hours per day with LinkedIn, thinking about studying also, for the work. So yeah, 10 hours per day.
Okay, so let's see. There's 24
But
hours in a week times 7.
yeah, because you want to be that on a week, right?
Yeah, but we can figure
Yeah,
that out.
it's 17 because okay, it's with the week hours or
Yeah, I think it's best if you consider the entire week, because that's your life. Basically, the week is our life.
no,
So
yeah,
the
but with the wake hour when you are wake up, or also you count down your sleep time
I
because
think
24 hours is just the entire day, but
you're right.
7 to 8 hours not wasting, investing in my sleep.
Yeah, one of my students considered the sleep into his self-care,
Ah, okay.
and I thought that that was actually clever, because sometimes we don't sleep very well, and
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
will affect the amount of hours we have for self-care. So
yeah. For example, right now I'm walking so much that I'm not sleeping that well anymore. So I'm actually reduced my walking to sleep better. If we don't see ourselves, what we are doing in the day that are uh, resulting in some problems for ourselves. For example, walking was resulting problems in my sleep, and then I need to actually uh, reduce these hours and have better sleep hours. Yeah, sleep time.
me, that was perfect. Maybe you can say causing,
Causing, yeah, causing.
right? It was
It's causing,
causing
causing.
problems to your sleep. Let me add that sentence here for you. Uh, walk to cause. Walking was causing problems to my sleep. All right. So, what would be the amount of hours? You can just say a percentage if you want, or we can actually calculate the amount of hours. I think this is very clever, actually.
Okay, 10 hours per day,
For a
but
weekday.
per weekday 50.
All righty. So
If
10.
no, it's more because sometimes I study on weekends, so 53, 52. Yeah,
52.
yeah.
All right. So I'll just put 52. What? I'm not very good with this math. What did I do wrong?
Uh,
Oh, yeah. Brackets.
yeah, yeah.
All right. There it is. 31%. Okay, what about relationship? You can just say a percentage, or we can calculate the hours. You choose.
It counts when I'm using WhatsApp, for example, to talk with people.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be relationship with anyone or everyone. It consider the ones that you care, that make you feel good, or they're important. So for example, if you're doing like a video call with your grandparents or your parents, I think that should count, because that's like important bond that you have with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. One hours per day. 1 hour per day with my parents. I think, I don't know the exact time, but I think 1 hour and 1 hour and a half with my girl, because I texted her a lot, almost every time. And also on the weekend, actually, I talk with some friends of mine, 30 minutes, 20 minutes per day, so 3 hours per day. And on weekends, I invest more, 2, 3 hours per day, so 10 hours per week, multiplied by 5, 10, 16 hours per week, I think, 16. Oh, you are actually counting down.
I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah, 1 plus 1 plus.
That was the weekend. I was doing the week. So it was your dad 1, your girlfriend 1.5, and your friends 3. Is that it?
No, actually half.
For your friends?
Yeah.
So that's the week.
No, I actually is more. It's 1 hour with my
Yeah.
friends also. Yeah. And on weekend is 3 plus 3 is 6 hours. So 3 plus 4.5, because this
Every day of the weekend?
yeah, every day in the quid, because I go out with, it's actually more, because I go out in the weekends, or I go out with my parents, for example, on lunch, or I'm sleeping on my girl house and be with her family. And
One of my students asked me if the time he was sleeping with his wife should count. When I'm sleeping with her, does that count? Like, well, if you're sleepy, if you're having sex,
yeah.
that counts.
So I think it's actually 6.
6 hours?
Yeah.
So
Not
it's nine hours every day of the weekend?
No. It's a lot. It's 6 hours every day in the weekend. 3 plus 3, actually. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh, what did I mess up here? Okay, let's do a major brackets here at the end. Maybe this. All right. Oh, 18%. I thought it was going to be a huge number.
Yeah, it's not that huge. Occupation is actually our most time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Totally.
Also self-care, because we are counting down sleep, so we'll be a lot
Yeah.
of.
If as we count sleep, it's going to be pretty
So
big.
3.5 hours per day. 3.5 hours per day with walking, gym, and thinking.
Nice.
4 hours, and on weekends, 4 hours per day on weekdays.
Weekdays 4 hours.
Yeah, on business days. Yeah. But I need to reduce that because it's a lot to me. And on weekends is 5 because I had 1 hour more on walking.
Nice. Plus your sleep.
Yeah, plus my sleep.
How many hours have you been sleeping?
7
7. Good.
or 6.8 actually. For the last week is 6.8. Yeah.
6.8, dude. That's good. I love
Yeah, it's
that.
because it's 6 6 hours and 50 minutes, for example. And
All
50
right.
It's
Very good. Very good. I love the precision. 24/7. Oh, dude. Self-care is good. Good
yeah.
stuff. Good stuff.
But
Great.
then I'm not wasting
Yeah.
I'm not investing that much on spiritually patrimony in leisure.
Yeah, maybe we can get some of your self-care to your leisure if you think it makes sense in terms of like you're having fun when you're doing that, and also the relationship to leisure if it makes sense. So you tell me.
It makes
Because
relationship and some of self-care. For example, when I'm walking, sometimes I'm watching some TV shows. Sometimes I'm watching TV movies. For example, I was walking Sunday, I think, Saturday. I don't know. I was watching the Venom movie of 2023, 21, 22. I don't know the year that the
I do that too.
they are, but also, but it's like half of that, half the my walking time. So 1 hour per day with 1 hour, 2 hours per day, I think, on leisure. And
Ah,
also with relationship, it is also 3 hours per day. Yeah.
okay, let's get split it then. Okay. We'll get whatever part is appropriate and put it here. So let's see. This was your time with your dad. Wait. Your girl and your friends. Should I do half for each one
Yeah.
of them?
Yeah. You can do that with which one?
And then does this count? Should I do half for this too?
Also, yeah.
Okay, so this one I think was easy because we just split it. Now for self-care, how much should I consider part of your leisure? 'Cause I'll add a plus here and keep the math.
20%. That 30%. Yeah. 25%.
25% of that. Okay, so I'll just cheat here. So
No problem. Yeah.
all right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dang, this is being hard. Okay, let's add a plus. Uh, oh no, that's not what I wanted. I think I messed up big time. Hang on. So what was the number? 46. It became 35. Dang, this is hard.
Yeah. Plus.
Plus, and then this, but instead of 75, you said 1/4, right? So
Yeah.
25. Oh, hopefully this is gonna work. Ooh, dang, what was it? Maybe I put too many of those.
Yeah, the last one. The last one.
There. I take this out. Should I take this out?
And also the
This
last
the red
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully. But this guy is going with whom? Maybe I should put it here. Oh, it's
No,
red.
it's with
This?
6.8 multiplied by 7 in
Okay.
parentheses. Yeah.
Dang, dude. Thank you. Alrighty. Good. Okay, so now we're back to 95. The math is good. All right, good leisure. I think
Yeah.
this is being very accurate.
And patrimony is like 30 minutes per day. And also, when I walk, I think a lot of patrimony. So 25% also of self-care on patrimony. Because if I use myself, my walking time also, not only just to watch TV shows, but also, man, I need to have this much money, and then I need to have this much of,
I
I
wasn't
need to
fair.
earn this kind of salary, and yeah, kind of think a lot with this.
I wasn't fair with the math here though, because I consider your sleep.
Yeah.
So this should be like this. We should. This was the sleep, right?
Yeah.
So it only accounts for this part though.
Yeah. You're right.
Dang, this is hard.
And man, is psychology, right? You're
Yeah.
saying? And you need to use math on psychology.
Yeah, I don't think most people will. They just like throw numbers there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where the brackets are wrong.
Yeah. No, you need to put the multiply
Okay.
0 dot. Yeah.
Thank you, dude. If it was just me. Okay. Now for leisure, I have to get this formula. Take out the sleep and keep the other half as. So it was this plus, that's wrong. So it's this guy, and I take this out.
Yeah.
What? The division here.
Probably some division. 1 plus plus. Okay, the first 5 divided by 2, the first one.
I think this is wrong, right? This shouldn't be here because it's here too. I probably messed up. I didn't erase that. And then this out. No. Good.
Oh,
This is hard. I'm kind of just guessing here.
Yeah, try it out.
Let's try. Oh, 22, 102, 104%. I did it right? Oh, no, I kept it at 75, I think. Yes, 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
So there's lots of self-care. Thank God. This is good. Can't complain, huh?
What?
You cannot complain.
Yeah, but now I'm wasting so much time with that I need to reduce a lot. Because I'm getting actually injured. My ankle is actually getting injured because of the walking so many hours.
The inflection in that word, usually you say injured.
Injured. Okay.
Very good.
Injured. I was saying, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Injured.
Yeah.
You want to read this?
His injured pride.
Yes, his injured pride. Want to repeat?
His injured pride.
Perfect. That's it. Okay, so let's talk about patrimony.
30 minutes, half of my walking time is actually doing that. So 40, and it's 30 minutes per day. Multiply by 7. Divided by its 20 hours.
Oh, already? Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. And some of my self-care time is actually on Patrimony also.
All right, let's add that and take it out of here.
Yeah.
So, let's see what part. This was your walking.
Yeah. So it's not 0.75 anymore. It's 30% of that. So you need to multiply by 45.
So this will be 45, and I will get the rest and put it there. The
Yeah.
35.
Just let me think here. 20 hours, like 30 hours. Yeah, you can put you can put something like 30%. Yeah. You need to multiply self-care by 0.47. Yeah, 0.47.
47.
Yeah.
So the other part will be 30.
28. Yeah.
28. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me get this part here then. What is it? No, from this bracket. And I will take the weekend out. Yeah, no, because that's the sleep, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Come on. Okay. Plus. So now we're going to take this sleep out of this. Where was the sleep? Here.
Yeah. There.
Until here, right? So that's out. I guess it should be good.
Yeah, but it's 28, not 47.
Oh, thank you. Otherwise, it would extrapolate again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I guess 3% goes to spirituality.
No.
Just goes to leisure, right?
Almost leisure and self-care. Put 7 hours per day of sleep. Yeah. 7 hours.
7 hours. Okay.
But 7.2, I think. Yeah. Then
I can just add 2 more for leisure. It's probably time doing whatever, right? Social media, this type of things.
yeah, but I'm losing. Yeah, it's actually 10 to 20 minutes per day on spirituality. 20 minutes per day. So it's not, because every day I pray for God in Portuguese, but and I think about life also.
In
So
English. No.
10, but in Portuguese, 10 minutes per day. Yeah.
10
So
minutes?
it's 1 hour, 10 divided by 6, 1 divided by 6 on hours.
Yes, 10. It's 1/6, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's 1/6. No, but you're multiplying 6 by 7 there because you need to put the parentheses
Okay.
after the 6. Yeah.
1/6 times 7.
Yeah.
What else?
Multiplied. No, divided actually by the divided by 24 hours per 7 days.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Then the last is actually on leisure.
What? Wait, let's try this. Oh, here. This was the problem.
Yeah.
At 1%.
Yeah. So
And-
little time, you know, I'm actually investing on spirituality right now. So little.
So plus 1%. Okay, good. So this is what it looks like now. This is your spirituality, by the way. It's so little that it doesn't show.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So does it never show, even if I try to make it?
It's God showing me that I need to waste more time on him.
Yes, it's like, hey, I'm actually not there. Okay, 1% means I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it looks like. Take a good look at it. And now let's talk about what you think it's ideal, but realistic. Okay, now you don't have to talk about all the details, just change the percentages according to what we saw here.
Occupation could be 30% of the time. Yeah.
30.
Relationship, I think it's way more than it should be that I'm wasting. So 15%.
15.
Self-care, 30%. 35. Leisure on 10%. Patrimony 5,
Oh,
and then 5. 50, 80, no, 5% more on spirituality.
question. You told me that every
2.5, actually not 5, 2.5, 2.5.
for spirituality.
No, for patrimony, and the other one on spirituality. Yeah, 7.5. Then now, yeah, it's okay.
Cool. All right. So now tell me what are next steps for you to be able to change this. Occupation, we can ignore because it's pretty much all there. But what would you do different when it comes to relationship?
Focus more on the people I care, you know. I need to be there more. On the way that you need to be on full present moment, you know. So I need to actually use way less phone when I'm talking with people on my daily routine. For example, some of the time I actually spend on leisure or self-care. I'm not actually with the people I want to be. If I could walk with people I want to walk, for example, would be the best for me because I can take the time I have with self-care, you know, not decrease my self-care and also be with the people I want to be. But because I'm not, for example,
I like that idea, dude. That was such a practical option.
yeah, and you don't actually waste your good hours on yourself, you know, because you actually with the people you like and also take care of yourself. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Good job.
But because I'm not living with my girl yet, because of you know uh, expense on life. But for example, for you, you said before you're trying to run, you know, you run with your girl to let her on her office, I think.
Yeah, I
Someday
run
you
to
did
pick
that.
her up. Like, so on her way back, I ran there and then, but I cannot because I had that problem with my back. I think it's because I
Uh,
was running too much.
yeah, doing so much exercise actually decrease our performance, you know. Yeah.
It does.
But you can spend some hours with people you like and also doing some exercise. So it's
Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask you. Let's
yeah.
go back with just one step, real quick. Um, so what grade would you attribute to each one of them the way they are right now?
Grades actually, for example, 30% of time is good or not.
Yeah, I score from 0 to 10.
If I'm spending, okay, define me the grade.
This is about you being satisfied with it and not
Oh, says
about you spending too much time with it or not. So maybe there's something that you spend a lot of time with, but you're not satisfied with that. You want to spend less time with it. So then you attribute a low score. Or maybe there's something you're spending little time with, but you don't really want to spend more time with that. So you can attribute a good score. So it's about you being satisfied with how much time and energy you're investing in that area.
okay. Occupation 9. I think I need to invest more because I am on my early career, you know, so I need to unfortunately uh, work more to show more. Then in the future, I decrease that time. Relationship, so 8, put at 8 on occupation. Relationship is 6. I should spend way more time with them, so I'm not very happy with just spending 9% of them. Self-care is also 8 because well, it's good that I'm wasting so much time, but also I'm
Wasting or spending?
spending. Yeah, spending so much time, but because of that, I'm actually reduce time with my family, with relationship, and also thinking about myself. Yeah, leisure 6. Yeah, I should spend more time with really people that I care even more. Patrimony at 2 because I'm spending way more time than should be thinking about life and how life costs so much, you know, and how I can have children and also live my life. So I'm actually not living my life because of patrimony, actually.
Mm.
And spirituality also as one. I spend so little time with myself and God. You know, yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the next steps. So here I was surprised because you said you want to spend more time there. Well, here you said 30%. So you did good.
Yeah, because on my shortcut terms, I need to spend more time. But my ideal is because that's the right time, the right. It's kind of my ideal of myself, for
Okay.
myself, and not what I should actually do in short term. It's on long term.
Oh, I see. Um, so let's make this good but realistic, but like a year from now.
Okay. So occupation would be 33%.
33?
Yeah, 33.
Okay. Relationship.
14 and self-care 33.
All right. So now let's talk about them. So relationship. Now let's talk about self-care. What do you want to do different? Let's see. It's dropping a little bit. It's not that significant. If you want, we can skip this.
Yeah, but I do know what I need should do. I need to walk 1 hour per day less. 1 hour, one less hour per day. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. What about leisure?
Leisure. I need to stop using so much Instagram. Because the 2% that we add, the less probably is on social media.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? They're very good at stealing our lives from us.
Yeah.
What about patrimony? It's a big
Patrimony,
one.
I need to focus more on the present and not so much on the future.
Very good. And what about spirituality?
I need to pray more. You even uh, teaching me about this, and every time, every month, we talk about this again.
It's good. It's good. Trust me. Look, look
Not
how
only
insane.
pray, but also going at least on Sundays to church.
Dude, do you think that Jesus resurrected?
Yeah, man.
You think so? Then you should read his stories. Who else resurrected? I mean, other people resurrected, but he resurrected himself? That's mind blowing. And he really changed history.
Yeah.
The world is not the same because of him. So, like I told you before, probably, he's the guy who coded the universe. He coded this programming, that the simulation that we're in. So he knows the logic, he knows the manual of how we should behave for everything else to work out. He knows the Father. So he was here to teach us how to behave as children of God. So I think that should be our priority. And let me tell you, this is crazy, but it works. When we see our lives as like this very hectic thing, cramped with too many things to do. But when instead of tackling our to-do list, we stop everything and we read our Bibles, we're showing him that we trust him first. And he sees that and he takes care of us. For example, today I had a meeting. Maybe nothing is going to happen, but someone from Instagram out of nowhere came up to me and she was like, "Hey, I'm looking for an English school with business focus for our company. What if this works out?" I didn't go after this girl. you know? So it's just crazy, dude. So I had so many things to do, and I was still like, but my Bible first, you know, reading and understanding and learning how to behave first. If you do the same, you have so much potential. So if you do the same, he's going to be the one opening up the doors. It's not going to be on your strength. I just read this. God is good for those who depend on him and seek him. It's not just that you trust him or that you believe in him, but you depend on him. So instead of depending on yourself, depend on him. So, dude, trust me, please. Actually, just so you start your relationship with him more intentionally, and then you're going to start trusting him. Look at this guy, José from Sabesp. So he said, dude, everyone was fired because the company was privatized. He was afraid he was going to get fired. And then he was like, but I wasn't. And I don't understand what's happening. And I was like, were you praying? He was like, yes. I was like, that's what's happening. You were praying, dude. Everyone got fired. You didn't. And God gave you time because he said that now he's not as important in the company, like in between the lines. So he's within a team. He's not like in this crazy madness that was going on before. It was like, dude, God is giving you time to focus on yourself and all of these things. I need to do this with him, this wheel of time analysis. So prioritize God, and you will see how everything else plays out. It's too complex for me to be able to tell you. You know, telefone sem fio? If you hear from someone else, there's always going to be some limitation. If you hear from him, you will understand better. So read your Bible. Like, read one chapter every day. Read it in English. That's it, dude. It's not the end of the world, and everything is going to change. I promise. Pinky promise. For real.
But yeah, man. Also, I recommend you for some guy on LinkedIn, Edivania.
Oh,
I don't know if he talked with you.
he did. He did. He was excited. He wanted to have classes, and then he vanished. So I think he will come back eventually. I don't like to go after people. Sometimes I do, but that's not the best. It's better when they come after you and everything. You know?
Yeah. It's because actually it's expensive here on northeast of Brazil, for example, because we don't have that much salary as São Paulo and Rio. So maybe, I don't know, it's the reason he vanished.
Maybe.
But yeah.
But I'm always like this. It's the same. It was the same way with you, right? I was like, okay, this is the price table, but tell me however much you can pay,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go with your budget. So that's what I try to do, like get everyone, because then we can, you know, keep this good thing happening and spread it to more and more people. Can I add two things here?
Yeah.
So read. Those are teacher recommendations, teacher suggestions. Read one chapter of the Bible every day, one chapter, and read books, because there are books in there. So don't read random stuff. Pick whatever book, start reading it, and then talk to me. Raise your hand and be like, why is this there?
You're telling that books is, for example, the book of James, the book of Matthew, for example. And
Yeah,
that's called book. Book is the entire chapters of.
totally.
Okay.
So the Bible is a collection of books.
Yeah. I know.
This is the story, basically, of the Jews of Israel. This is when they were always promising that the Messiah would come, this guy who is God himself coming to earth. Throughout these books, they are always talking about this guy. So eventually Jesus came. Some people got in touch with Jesus. They believed that he was the anointed one, the Messiah, the Christ. It means anointed, which means ungido. So he was the chosen one. And they wrote about him, these four guys, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So if you want to hear the stories of Jesus yourself from these guys' perspectives, you can just read their books. And if you read the first chapter of Matthew and you say, this doesn't make sense or it's very boring, just raise your hand and be like, Daniel, this is what I read. How can that be meaningful to my life? I will tell you. And then eventually you will start to learn how to get meaning from the text that you can apply to yourself. It's not complicated, dude, and you can do it in English. Please do it in English. Okay, let me add another one here. Read one chapter of the Bible every day. Watch The Chosen.
It is good.
You watch it?
No, I've seen on LinkedIn page or LinkedIn, Netflix page.
It's insane. It's very good. Think you're gonna like it. Those are my suggestions. You don't have to follow them, but they're good.
Nice, man.
All right, so I guess that's it. I will post. So I was supposed to have this meeting with my boss from California. He just canceled.
Ah, okay.
So
No problem, man.
I changed the time for no reason, but
Yeah.
thank you.
So is the chosen good? Because I was thinking, hey, man, is this TV shows actually good? Because sometimes people just make some god series that's, it's actually not that good.
Yes, I totally agree. Unfortunately, that is very much the truth. Usually they're very, very, very bad. But this one is
Of
very,
course,
very,
man.
right? This one is very,
Yeah,
very,
well, man.
very good.
What that 90.2 on IMDb, yeah, man.
And it's not because they're religious that we're like voting, because if you get the other religious series, they will be crappy. The rating will be bad. So just see it for yourself. You will understand what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Finally, somebody created something good about Bible stories. And that's why it's a hit. This is one of the top 10 ever watched TV shows already. And I'm comparing it, not me, but they were comparing it to like the time when television was, the one that would dictate what you have to watch. So this is how big this is, because now you can watch whatever you want, and this is making it to the charts for that level of TV show. So
Nice,
it's different. It's one of a kind.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Whoa, man. That's actually almost, yeah, it's good.
Right?
Because the critic is on IMDb say it's good. Also, Rotten Tomatoes say it's good. And the common sense in media, we know that's left, says 3.5.
Exactly.
Man.
Just because of that, because they are progressists.
Yeah.
So when you ask regular people like you and I, they love the show.
Yeah. Nice, man. Thanks.
It's strong. All right. So I will save that into your files, and I will also share it with you on our WhatsApp group.
Okay. Heck, Daniel. Have a nice week, man.
Oh, dude, review. Do you have time?
Yeah, I do.
How do you say bomba de?
Think pump, water pump.
Yes, pump.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Pump it up. All right. Yes, we talked about this. Give me 6 hours to a tree, and I first for what? Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. So yeah. Yeah, so it's good that you're being taking care of yourself, man. That makes you much more sharp. Ran out of words. How do you say o que a gente lê para poder fazer um vídeo ou filme?
Script. Yeah.
The script. Yeah. How do you say machucado, ferido? Prejudicado.
Injured.
Injured. Great pronunciation.
Injured.
Nice. How do you say passar tempo e perder tempo?
Spend and waste. Yeah.
Yes. Can you please read the examples on each?
A general statement that can be used to describe how much time is spent on something. For example, I spend about 2 hours writing each lesson. Waste time to intentionally use time on something that is not useful. For example, procrastinate or shilly are synonyms for waste time.
Great. So the Bible is a bunch of books, and The Chosen is a good show. This is my rating. The Chosen, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones.
Nice.
It's just my rating, but
Nice.
for real. What is yours for TV shows? Your top 3.
Yeah, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad also, and maybe I think sitcom, How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, because about relationships. No.
Good. Good stuff. Yes, it is good. All right, dude. I will share this with you. Hope you liked it. There are more techniques I want to apply with you, man. I want to apply to you.
Nice, man.
Hopefully you will like them.
Have a nice week, man.
You too.
See
Take
ya.
it easy, brother. Later. Peace.